Good morning, YouTube. This is man all the way George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Bodybuilding Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Anyway, this is none of my comparisons, and this is one I picked especially. But this is because these two ladies are legends in the sport of bodybuilding. They are giant killers, as you might want to say. They have beaten two women who were champions in their divisions, and it's kind of history making. They are both Miss Olympias. One is more multi Miss Olympia, one is a one-time Miss Olympia, but it still is Miss O, and that's a title that's just a great title for any woman to have in their career. We have here Kim Chizevsky. Now, if you remember, Kim Chizevsky back in 1996 defeated Linda Murray twice, in a way. First time she defeated her for the title of Miss Olympia, and then she defeated her in 97. And that's when Linda decided to retire. And, that makes her a legend. And the lady right here is one Miss Yaxeni Oriquen. And Miss Oriquen defeated Iris Kyle, one of the few women other than Linda to beat Iris for the title. Where at the time, remember, Iris wasn't the Miss Olympia yet. When Linda came back in 2002 and 2003. But when Iris won the title in 2004, then turn around 2005. After, remember, 2005, they decided to drop weight classes, and they was trying to, figure out what kind of physique you want to go with. And also, that's when, Yaxeni won. And also, these ladies have been both Miss International. They have, they're the rare women who have held both Miss International and Miss Olympia, at the same time. We talk about Iris, but this is different because they had the titles before they became. You had Miss International before they became Miss Olympia. With Iris, she started competing in Miss International, mostly something where I'm hearing just because make some prize money because Miss Olympia was giving too much. I mean, $25,000 is not much after tax and anything else, but they have that in common, both beating both top four Miss Olympias and also being Miss Internationals. And also, they're also mothers. And this is a special thing. They're mothers of sons. As you know, I was raised by a mother, and a bond between a mother and a son is very close. You got to think about it. Your mother's the first true woman you ever love. And I love mine. I always love mine. And Kim has two sons, and one of her sons, he has a future. I mean, he played football, and he has a future. And Yaxeni's son is from her first marriage, and you see right here, you wouldn't think that was the son. You probably thought it was a boyfriend. No, she has a boyfriend, but that's her son right there beside her. And Yaxeni, she's up there. This is from her first marriage when she was for her first husband who was from Venezuela. Yaxeni Oriquen's from Venezuela, and that's around South America. But here's the thing about Kim Chizevsky. If some of you might remember, after '99, Kim retired. And that was the year when they didn't almost have no Miss Olympia, but they did put a concert together, and she competed. And then after that, she retired after '99. Then she came back in the early 2000s, around 2001, 2002, and competed in fitness. And to me, being a true diehard bodybuilding fan, especially female bodybuilding fan, that seemed like a slap in the face. I know other bodybuilders who have jumped over to fitness because of for a reason, whatever. But you are a four-time Miss Olympia, and to me, I mean, like Corey, when she retired, she started acting. When Linda retired, she retired for a bit. She came back. I mean, but then you're a Miss Olympia. You should not don't take a step back. I would expect you a little more if you just stayed retired, then come back. And she needed to do well in fitness. And Yaxeni, she had a look to her, a great physique, a great body. She had a future. And and one thing about also Yaxeni is one of the few consecutive competitive female bodybuilders. If you look at her content history, she never missed a year. Other than when she retired about a couple years ago and came back, she never missed a year. She competed every year since she turned pro around about the late '90s. And that's consecutive. I mean, I know other bodybuilders who take a year or two off or some few years off, but Yaxeni has been consecutive as a professional bodybuilder. Every show she never, just it's just amazing. She's like the Cal Ripken a female bodybuilder. The Iron Man, the Iron Woman, a female bodybuilder. So let's give it a start here. We have a nice little starting pose. And really, this is from Kim from 98, which some say is kind of controversial. Some feel that 98 she should have lost to Yolanda Hughes, but she was able to pull it off. And this is Yaxeni for, I think, around about 2004, 2005. And if you look at them, you know what? There's not much difference. It's only barely, I think, 6, 7 years apart, you would say. And I know that, because like I said, Yaxeni came in about the tail end of the 90s, and they probably share the same stage. I think they did share the same stage back in 98 when she competed at the Olympia, where they had it at that time. They had it in Prague. But you just really, this is just not too much of a difference if you see the physiques, And here we have a front lat. And I know I was trying to find a good, the thing with a lot of these pictures, a lot of stuff post the 2000s, it's not as well organized compared to, other stuff now, because most of the stuff is out of magazine stuff. The internet was just starting to rev up a little bit. So I really had to find some stuff here and there. And that's why I choose the 98 show, because that's the best show where I can find some pictures well put together. And here, you really can see how impressive Kim is. Kim was just, I think she didn't want to admit it, but she kind of changed the face of female bodybuilding at one point back in around in the 90s. And, her lat, she's just huge, and y'all can see it's impressive, but Kim, you look at her shoulders, how her shoulders line up well. And, like she's a little bit dropped a bit, but Kim is just impressive. I mean, I have to give this front lat to Kim, most definitely. Here we have a front double. And if I say about pure size and muscle, I have to give it to Yaxeni. Kim, like I said again, Kim was impressive back then in those times. I mean, 98 to me was I think she pretty much she squeaked by Yolanda Hughes by the skin of her teeth that year. But, right here, Yaxeni is just impressive. Just a great body, great physique. I mean, amazing. I think she has, like I said, like I said before, she is the Iron Woman of female bodybuilding. And I think that's an honor deserved, a consecutive competitive. And here we have a side chest. And, well, if you get more details, I have to say I have to give it to Kim. I can really see, like I said, even though, like I said again, I always going to always say like this, breast implants. I've talked to many women who are competitive who don't have breast implants. As I said again, they say that breast implants do get in the way of development. But here, this is like about the good part of the late 90s. A lot of the women don't go as outrageous as they do today when it comes to breast implants. And Kim kind of decent with her. You can really see more her pectoral development right here compared to Yaxeni. So I think, yeah, Kim has a better chest compared to Yaxeni. So this is one here I have to give to Kim. Now here we have a rear lat spread, and I like this one. I was trying to find a right one, but this is the best one I could find with Kim, and this is and it's pretty impressive. But if I go by looks of it, I honestly have to go with Yaxeni. I mean, I think with this style, I mean, I was trying to find a regular basic lat spread for Kim, but like I said, it's hard to find a lot of good photos. Most of the stuff is from the magazines. A lot of the websites don't have as many as the older stuff. So, here I have to give this one to Yaxeni when it comes to the rear lat spread. Here is a rear back double. And God, I'm telling you, it's just barely 6, 7 years apart between these two women. And you just, I mean, you really have to but I think I might have to give the edge to Kim. Kim has that V-taper look. She's a little tighter compared to Yaxeni. Yaxeni has you can see the size difference between Yaxeni and Kim, but Kim that's why she, won Miss Olympia the last 4 times. I think, to me, 99 she should have won. 98, I think that was a squeak by. The first 2 I give her, but the last 2 I think she just squeaked by. And here we have a tricep. The details of it, I think. This is where I have to give this one to Yaxeni. You can really see the cut and definition right here around by the upper shoulder. Kim has a great, she has a good look to it, but I think it's just that overall, you truthfully have to give this one to Yaxeni. I think that's why I think she deserved to win in 2005. If she did a little better, she would have maybe retained the title. But I think Iris, when she got herself together, that's why Iris became so dominant. And here we have abdominals. And Kim, automatically, I'm going to say Kim. Yaxeni, I think, as you remember, his thing is, I think the thing is with Yaxeni, she had her son before she became a bodybuilder. And that might have affected her abdominals a bit. She has a little wider hips compared to Kim. Kim didn't have her kids after she retired. And I think sometimes that can make a difference to the body. Often like this, having children can really change a woman's chemical, pretty much her body chemically, physically. So, like I said, being that this is Kim before she had her sons, she's a little smaller, a little tighter. Great abdominals. I'm amazing abdominals. That's why I love the abs. I often I quite hear that some ladies say that the ab shot is kind of the most uncomfortable, or most unusual pose, but it's a favorite pose. It's my favorite pose. I love great abdominals. Now here we have a nice bicep shot, and if you just these ladies have great, I mean, just great arms. I mean, great development. I mean, Kim was kind of like the blonde goddess of that time as Miss Olympia. There wasn't, after I think after Corey, I think she was supposed to be like the second coming of Corey in a way, and she's pretty impressive. I mean, but definition wise, I think I had to get Yaxeni. I think Yaxeni has a great physique. She always had a great physique. I think it gets a little underrated compared to a lot of other ladies in the division. Here we have is a glute shot, and yeah, I think Yaxeni being from South America, the South American women have more rounded a little bit. Kim has a nice shape to her. Part of me is leaning towards should I be biased or should I be balanced? The bias me telling me Yaxeni. Uh, it's I'm not gonna say draw, so I'm gonna flip a coin on this one. Tails, Yaxeni, heads, Kim, and I'm landing on heads, and it's Kim. Kim got this one. I'm sorry, Kim. I'm sorry, Yaxeni. It should have landed on tails for you, but just tough luck. But like I said, these are both impressive women, and both being former Miss Olympias and being mothers. And Yaxenia said again, being one of the most consecutive competitive bodybuilder. And Kim been in the game since good part of the 90s and up to about I would say she could have stayed in maybe one more year and kept on going. But I think she decided that she wanted to really concentrate on life and get out of the sport and be more comfortable. And their futures are, they are always going to be Miss Olympias. No matter where they go. Even though Yaxine was a one-time Miss Olympia, that's still a good thing. You have quite a few one-time Miss Olympias like Carla Dunlap, and um, there was a Juliet Bergman, and also the two what I call fiasco Miss Olympias, Valentina and Andrea Bichette. To me, I still say that Andrea should have been Miss Olympia that year. And as you know, after her, she for a while, Kim was acting. She was in the movie The Cell with with Jennifer Lopez and was it Vince? What's his name? The two Vinces. They had Vincent D'Onofrio and it was a in and it was a, in and no Vince Vaughn. I think yeah, the two Vince. So and she also had a part in the one of the Nemesis movies with Sue Price. I remember. I think I seen a picture somewhere doing some my Sue Price stuff. And these ladies just were pretty impressive. I mean, they had a look to them, a style. Kim being the All American girl. Yaxini being the Venezuelan vixen. 'Cause she's the Venezuelan vixen of bodybuilding. There's a couple of Venezuelans. There's her. There was also, I think, let's see, what's her name? If you remember, there's another Venezuelan bodybuilder. Her name escapes me right now, but I know her because I remember her and Andruli used to do some videos, and her and Yaxini used to do videos and some photo sessions together. Um, oh, God, I can't. I know Barrows. I know the name right there, but I can't forget her first name. But I used to be a fan of hers too. Now, Kim, she's in her good part of her 50s, and so is Yaxeni. Kim, even though she still works out, keeps herself together, she's married to her husband. Her kids are, her son is about to graduate. I think he already graduated high school. If he's not had graduated yet, she still have a younger son. Yaxeni, she, remember her last competition was back in 2018, and she started her own gym in Miami. I think she's married now to her. Now she go by the name Yaxeni or King Garcia. I should have put that in the, but I forgot about it because that's her married now, Yaxeni or King Garcia, and her husband they run a gym, and she did come back as she come back last year and competed. And I was talking with some other female bodybuilders. They said that Yaxeni, like I think, well, remember I interviewed with Nancy Lewis. Say Yaxeni give herself a little more time. She should have, she could have came in a little better condition. I mean, I think, because, she looked all right, but she needed to get a little tighter. But I think she just did that just to do for the, just to, to come back for a minute, especially with the turn to Miss Olympia. She wanted to be she was one of the only women, well, other than Marjorie Martin, Helen Trevino, I think Kim Buck, and a couple others that were the last women to compete at the Olympia back in 2014. So that's why she came back for that moment. She competed at the Rising Phoenix. She didn't do too well. I think she got seventh place, and then she didn't do too well at the Olympia. But she is being a former Miss Olympia and being one of the few women to compete at the last Miss Olympia. That was an opportunity for her. She said she had to take. I mean, but I think she's done. I think she's now with her business, with her training, her gym, and everything else. I think she can focus on that. You never know. It's that, like I said again, a lot of these ladies are athletes by nature. And it's that athletic drive that maybe want to come back for one more time. But like I said, you gotta respect that about a former Miss Olympia, you know. But like I said, this was a great video I did of comparing two Miss Olympias. And I know they're both being Miss Olympias and mothers. And that's a special thing. And truthfully like this, Yaxeni was the true first mom Miss Olympia. As you know, as I said before, when she won the title, her son was probably about a teenager at the time. He was a young boy. So, she was the first female bodybuilder who was a mother and Miss Olympia. So that's a great thing to be. Hey, you can say, hey, my mom is Miss Olympia. Maybe some people don't care about that, but I think he was very proud of his son. Anyway, this should be all the way to his page, aka the Emperor. If you're about to be a talk, don't like, subscribe, don't subscribe. I'm out.